My name is Tracy McGee and I work for Oakland County Homeland Security Division. My day-to-day responsibilities are the care and maintenance of our outdoor warning system. In 1977, the county received some grant funds to fund a siren system. That year we installed 75 sirens.
Today we have 275 sirens.
The sirens are installed with a cost-share arrangement between us and our local communities. The sirens are intended to alert citizens who are outdoors. It's very important for you to understand that they're not an indoor warning system. Indoor warning systems consist of things like weather radios, cable television, TV, radio, and so on. The intent of the siren system is to warn those folks who are out on the golf course, who might be mowing the grass, working in the garden, camping, fishing, and so on. So if you think you should be hearing the siren inside your home, you actually should not be hearing it inside your home. If you have concerns about being alerted in the middle of the night, we recommend that you purchase a NOAA weather radio so that you will have an indoor system that will wake you up. The sirens are sounded for two reasons. They're sounded for tornado warnings and for high winds in excess of 70 miles an hour. They are not sounded for tornado watches, which mean that conditions are favorable for tornadoes to occur. It is also important that as a citizen of Oakland County you understand that communities around us have different activation policies than we do. If you live in a border area, it's really important to know what your neighboring counties are doing also. For instance, Genesee County activates an all-clear signal to warn their citizens when a system has passed through. We don't do that in Oakland County. So if you ever hear a second warning activation, it means that another system is coming in and that you need to take shelter. And once you do hear a siren, it is important for you to take shelter immediately. And if it's safe for you to do so, you can monitor a radio or television to find out how the system's tracking and what time we expect it to clear. The sirens are tested the first Saturday of every month with the exception of the winter months. We don't test in December, January, or February. They're tested at 1 p.m. and they sound for approximately 3 minutes. If you are concerned about weather on a Saturday test day, be assured that we do not test if the weather looks threatening. So if we feel that there's a system moving in, we will simply cancel the test for that day. We have staff on call 24/7 here at Homeland Security. When weather begins to look threatening, they come into the office and begin watching the weather radar and monitoring the system through our communication and relationship with the National Weather Service. If at any point the National Weather Service decides that a tornado warning is warranted or a high wind warning is warranted, then our staff will activate the sirens here from this office. At that point, we do have a large ham radio network of folks that come in and monitor from the field and radio information back into the office, so we are constantly tracking and monitoring the storm activity. Placement of a new siren is determined by where existing sirens are. The radius of a siren is approximately 1 mile. And again, sirens are intended to target vulnerable populations, so they aren't always necessarily in residential neighborhoods. A lot of times they're more adjacent to parks and golf courses and places like that where people would be vulnerable. The communities themselves always have some idea too of where they think the siren needs to go based on their demographics and what they know about their own community. The maintenance of the sirens is an ongoing process. Every siren has a binder that catalogs the history of the siren, the purchase of the siren, repairs, maintenance, photographs, and anything unusual that may or may not have happened with that particular site. If you feel that you need additional sirens in your community, your first step is to talk with your community officials. They will then contact our office and request sirens be added. It is a cost-share arrangement, so the community would have to be willing to fund their portion of the siren. In addition to the tests we do every month, we rely on our citizens to give us feedback. If you think for any reason your siren is not functioning properly or did not function at all, please contact our office at 248-858-5300.